Hey guys, happy new year whenever you're watching this. So first video of 2019. I just thought I'd have a bit of a chat, real quick one, and have a little bit of a look at 2018 in terms of my year, a bit of a review, what went well for me, what didn't go so well for me, and what I'm working on moving forward in 2019. So I think for me, guys, the highlight for me 2018, something that at the beginning I wasn't really sure whether I could do it, if I'm honest. It took a huge amount of effort, and actually it didn't just happen over 2018. It was a lot of effort that I put in 2017 as well. But for me, the biggest thing for me that happened in 2018 was getting my aircraft behind me. There you go, here's my gyrocopter. Kind of a bit of a sneak peek there. That was a really big deal for me. I wasn't sure if I had to raise more money than I've ever raised before to get this aircraft. So for me, that was by far the biggest achievement of 2018 for me. And like, it's crazy, I own my own aircraft. I never would have thought that I own my own aircraft, guys. So don't think because you can't see something initially in your head, that doesn't mean that it can't happen for you. So for me, that was the biggest thing. There's a lot of other good things as well that have happened. I was supposed to be leaving in December, actually last month, to go off on my big gyrocopter trip. Now all the details around that probably going to be released on March the 1st, because I'm leaving on March the 31st. And I know I've been talking a lot about gyrocopters, and you've seen pictures and things of me flying. Well, it's all going to come out in the next couple of months, what I've been working on. And some of you who watch this know what I'm doing, some of you don't. But it's all going to come out fairly soon, guys, and it's a big project. And I need to say, and I have not even really shared any pictures of the aircraft in its sort of sponsored livery as of yet. There was a sneak peek back probably a few minutes ago where you saw. So there's a few sponsors that have helped me in the past. So for me, that was a massive thing in 2018, getting my own aircraft. Some other highlights as well. I got my fixed wing license as well. So not only can I fly gyrocopters, I can also fly normal aeroplanes as well. So that's pretty cool. My speaking has been really good. 2018 was the biggest year for me in terms of the amount of talks that I gave. I suppose the amount of money that I earned. But I'm not really one for talking about money. I don't really like talking about money. But for me, it was quite a good year. So I'm really happy with that. Super happy. I've lost count of how many places I travelled to in 2018, but I did quite a lot of travelling. Most of it was Europe. I can't remember if I went to America, but I did a lot in 2018. I also had what was really cool, I did the True Geordie podcast. So I know quite a few of you who are watching this watched me on the True Geordie podcast. So I really appreciate all the kind support. I spent a little bit of time just looking through all the comments, and there was hundreds and hundreds. I was really blown away at how kind and how polite and how much support I had. So that blew me away. I've never seen that before. So I'm really, really grateful. Thank you for that. I've been doing quite a lot of stuff in schools as well with kids and things. So for me, that's been a really good part of 2018. There's two great charities that I'm involved with. I've been doing stuff with for quite some time that are going to be involved with my new project coming up this year. It's not even next year anymore, this year. So that's really cool. And I think overall 2018 has been really good to me. I'm really lucky. I'm still healthy, I'm still fit, and I've got everything, and I've got good people around me, so very lucky. But also I think it's not, it's very easy to watch people, whether that be on TV or YouTube, and think, wow, their life is amazing. They don't have bad stuff happen. They don't get down. Everything they're doing seems incredible. But that's not the reality at all. Some things haven't worked out for me. God, my arm is getting It's amazing how holding up a camera can actually ache your shoulder after a while. Some things have gone well, some things haven't gone so well. One of the things actually that, if I'm really honest, hasn't actually been that good in 2018. I've let my physique slip a little bit. I've always been a very fit guy and taken my diet and trained really well. But I think where I've had other things going on, that's just slipped. And I don't like making excuses, but for 2019, I've got to get back in shape and drop a little. I'm about 5 or 6 kilos overweight. It's not a huge amount, but I've always been very fit and had quite a good physique. So I just want to try and get that back. Also, one of the things that I have, and again, this is just an excuse, and I hate excuses, but one of the things that hasn't gone so well, I just haven't made enough effort putting content out on YouTube, on Instagram. And it's quite nice, but I get people say to me, they say, James, I don't understand. You've done all of this stuff. You're the only guy on the planet that's rode an ocean, summited Everest and cycled the world. You fly gyrocopters. You've been rescued twice. You've written a book. Actually, on that note, thank you for all the support with the book, guys. The book has done particularly well this year. And you've done all this stuff, but your profile, your online profile, doesn't really reflect that. You have very few followers, and I think, if I'm honest, that's my fault. I don't put enough content out, and one of the things I want to do this year is do something about that. However, this is the only time you're going to hear me talk about that, because I don't like excuses, and I don't like talking about stuff. I'd rather just do it. So you're going to see a lot more regular updates now. It's now time for me to up my game a little bit in some areas that I have been a bit weak last year. And I'm really grateful for the people that follow me and look at what I'm doing and stuff. Super grateful. But I need to up my game. I get that. And I think, to answer the question that I quite often get, James, you've done all this stuff, but I don't understand why you have hardly anyone following you. That's my fault, and I need to take ownership of that, and I need to get a bit more proactive with the content that I'm putting out. So you're going to see a lot more, guys. So there's some things that didn't quite go so well in 2018, and I've got things that I'm working on in 2019. So to get back in shape, but the most important thing is my new project, which will be announced soon, guys. And if anyone likes gyrocopters or likes flying and wants to come down and see the aircraft, just drop me a line. And I fly all the time, so if I'm flying, and I fly mostly on my own, and this is a 2-seater aircraft, so if you ever want to come down to the airfield and you want to go flying, if I'm inundated with people saying, can I go flying, might be tricky. But if a few people want to come down, or just to have a look at the aircraft, or you want to go for a quick flight, just drop me a link in the comment, or DM me on Instagram or something. I do read the comments and things. So yeah, guys, look, 2019 is here. But one of the things I wanted to say is, just because the clock has changed or the calendar has changed, it's a new year, it doesn't really mean anything unless you've got a new mind, effectively. And very quickly, the reality that it's a new year will soon disappear, and it's very easy to fall back into old habits. So really, the most important thing is, as we move into a new year now, it's all about having the mind up here. And I'm sure I do know some of you that are looking at me and are going to watch this, but I don't know that many of you that are going to be watching this. But there's one thing that I do know, I absolutely do know about every one of you who is watching this. And if you've got this far, you must think I'm okay to listen to me, is every single one of you do have something inside you that's great. And it's just a matter of finding that and taking it and run with it. I'm lucky I've got this knack for somehow surviving and telling stories and things, and that's what I do. The world would be crazy if everyone did what I did, but it doesn't matter what you do, whether you fly gyrocopters, whether you do this, whether you do that, just do something and do it properly. There's so many people that complain they're not really where they would like to be, but they're not putting the effort. They're doing just enough to get by, but then they're wondering why they're not where they want to be. And that's why it's But sometimes the truth hurts, and if you're not where you are, you need to be honest with yourself and really, you know, take ownership of that and say, well, okay, if I'm not where I am, what do I need to do to sort that out? And I see and hear this a lot, people complaining they're not where they are because someone else didn't do this for them. This happened. You just got to wipe all that out, and ultimately you have got to be responsible for that. So anyway, guys, just a little bit of a rambling. I don't know how long I've been talking for. Crikey, nearly 10 minutes. But my aircraft. Oh my God, that is amazing, isn't it? Let me give you a quick, I don't know how well this will come out. I'm going to give you a quick tour, guys. This is the first time, I don't know how well that's focusing. There you go. So there's the aircraft. We've got some awesome stuff going on this year. There's a new website coming out in the next couple of months. Follow me on Instagram, Ketchel James. I couldn't have Captain Ketch. It's a dormant account on Instagram. That's such a shame because that would match my Twitter, which is at Captain Ketch, and it's kind of like my nickname. But anyway, guys, if there's anything you want to ask me, please do drop me a line in the comments or email me, james@jamesketchel, or DM me on Instagram. Thank you for all your support in 2018, guys, but 2019, I'm going to take you guys on an absolutely nuts journey, and I'm not going to talk about it, I'm just going to do it. So anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for the support, and I hope whatever you do this year, well, it's down to you if you want them, you know, it's there. As long as you wake up every morning, it's just another day to do what you want to do. Anyway, guys, out for now, have fun.